China's Evergrande collapse has been making a lot of headlines these days. In fact, the situation is getting so worse that many people are predicting that the fate of Evergrande will be exactly like the Lehman Brothers. Lehman Brothers was one of the largest investment banks in the United States, but unfortunately, the company was bankrupted largely due to the financial crisis in 2008. Will China's Evergrande be the next United States Lehman Brothers? Is it a great concern for investors internationally? We shall know soon. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be super helpful for investors because in this video we're going to cover all the details from the start to the end about China's Evergrande collapse, so stay tuned. Before diving into the meat of the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated about what's happening around the globe. For those who do not know, Evergrande, formerly known as the Hengda Group, was founded by Hui Kaiyan, who is a Chinese billionaire real estate developer. The company was established in 1996 in the city of southern China, Guangzhou. Evergrande is the second largest and currently the most indebted real estate developer in China. The real estate giant Evergrande owns over 1,300 property projects in more than 275 cities of China. The company possesses a net asset of more than $300 billion, yet it is struggling to pay the offshore bond of $83 million, which was due on September 23rd. Also, the company is obliged to pay back $7.4 billion due next year, which is huge. The company has its investment operations going on in domains like electric vehicles, food supplies, amusement and theme parks, etc. The company also owns the biggest professional football club known as Guangzhou Evergrande Football Club. Despite being China's second largest real estate developer, the company is on the edge of going bankrupt soon. And if this happens, the economy is going to face some serious damage. And being honest, the Chinese government right now cannot afford to have it collapse. China's Evergrande financial collapse is something nobody wanted or expected. In real estate, it is normal to take loans. You take debt. You build your project, you get your profit, return the loan and start again. But Evergrande has been massively taking debts for years in order to buy properties and building their liabilities and assets. This collapse would not be the result of an overnight thing, but years are accountable for what could happen with the economy of China and this giant property developer in the near future. Not only that, the company operates most of its projects through pre-sales. Pre-sales are different from regular sales. Regular sales work in a simple way. You give money and take the goods. But pre-sale is basically like giving the loan to the company. The Evergrande takes down payment, which is indirectly sort of a loan from its customers before providing them the product. Currently, about 1.5 million people have deposited money for their homes, which are yet to be built by Evergrande real estate firm. This is an unfortunate mess for the company as it is going through a severe financial crisis. Technically, a year ago, everything seemed fine for Evergrande until the Chinese government introduced new laws for real estate developers. As of August 2020, a meeting held in Beijing, the capital of China, led to the imposition of 3 red lines law on real estate developers. The purpose of the 3 red lines was to control and manage the prices of land markets and houses in order to prevent future financial crises. According to 3 red lines law, liability to asset ratio excluding advance receipts of less than 70%, net gearing ratio of less than 100%, cash to short-term debt ratio of more than 1 times. If any property developer fails to fulfill any of these lines, they will no longer be eligible for taking further debts. But the unfortunate situation developed for China's real estate giant when Evergrande failed to meet all the 3 red lines at once. The company had to face some serious restrictions in terms of debt, and it was refrained from growing any further debt balance. For a company that has been borrowing money to grow and manage its operations is no longer getting any new loans, you already know how catastrophic it had been. Evergrande's $300 billion net debt roughly equates to 20% of the Chinese gross domestic product or GDP. The company has hired financial advisors and many other professionals, but nothing seems to be fruitful as the financial crisis is getting stronger and stronger, which means the company is a single step away from bankruptcy. Evergrande's market value has dropped massively. From the start of this year, Evergrande shares in stock markets have witnessed a drop of 80% in their market value. The bond payments have also been downgraded globally. Moreover, the analysts and interpreters have to fear that this will bring down the economy of China's entire real estate sector. The bond payment that was due on September 23rd seems to be missed, but that is not the case. It has a 30-day grace period, so there is a chance that the company has taken some time for this. The market sheet of Evergrande seems to be perfectly normal, but their asset-to-liability ratio is really bad, and the company has been trying to sell some of its assets to continue its operations. Not only for the company, but also for the investors and the shareholders of Evergrande, it has been a super stressful situation, as they have been rallying around Evergrande's headquarters in Shenzhen for their money, but have not received a single penny from Evergrande. It's not a matter of a few $1,000,000, but it is $300 billion that we are talking about. So there is a great chance that the Chinese government will be behind the scenes trying to get Evergrande out of this financial collapse, as the net debt of the company comprises 17 to 20% of the Chinese gross domestic product. This will put China into a really bad situation. If the government pressurizes the financial firms to support Evergrande, then there is a slight chance that the company will be out of trouble. But still, it is very near to the fate. Lehman Brothers met. However, the Chinese journalist Hu Jinjin said that Evergrande itself has to run for its life rather than relying on the Chinese government bailout. What will possibly happen if Evergrande collapses? This is a serious question and concern for many investors and real estate agencies around the globe. Although China is not directly connected to many countries of the world, yet it is a member of the United Nations. 29% of China's economy is real estate, so Evergrande's collapse will be catastrophic for the economy of China and many other countries. Evergrande is in the debt of nearly 121 financial firms and more than 170 domestic banks. If Evergrande crashes, this would lead to a credit crunch just like it happened in 2008 due to the Lehman Brothers financial crisis. Due to this credit crunch, there will be a shortage of funds, and other real estate developers will face great difficulty in their businesses as they will be unable to grow or, worse, collapse. Next come the investors or customers, those people that have deposited money for their homes or business buildings. Now their pain is inevitable. Imagine being a citizen of China and giving off all your life savings as a down payment for your house to a property developer that goes into bankruptcy. If Evergrande collapses, all these people will potentially lose their hard-earned money. Lastly, some companies invest and do business with Evergrande. These businesses include electric vehicles companies, theme park organizations, and food and beverage industry, and so on. Also, some companies work in collaboration with Evergrande, like construction firms and similar organizations that provide construction supplies. These companies will bear a great loss if the Evergrande fails to stabilize itself. This would ultimately lead to an unemployment outbreak. Many workers working in Evergrande and associated firms will lose their jobs, and poverty and inflation might take over. This unannounced employment rate would make survival very difficult for locals. This is a great hazard for the economy of China. Due to the poor economy, other countries will hesitate to trade with China, and the situation will even worsen. Evergrande's collapse would definitely be the biggest trial for the Chinese financial system. Let's see how the company and China get away with it. We hope this video was helpful. If you found this video helpful, like it and do share it with your friends and family. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Comment down below your thoughts about China's Evergrande collapse. See you next time.